It's rare that a countdown source material gives us exactly 10 perfect candidates to consider. During Nintendo's long career of producing fascinating gaming hardware, they've taken 10 huge steps forward, and we decided it was time to rank them. Their current roster, the Wii U and 3DS, ended up at the back of the list because we've yet to see the full extent of their offerings. We also did our best to ignore backwards compatibility, so just because the Wii U has a Wii inside it didn't earn it more recognition than the Wii itself. Games, features, graphics, controllers, all of these were considered. Nintendo systems have brought us so much joy, but some are simply better than others. While locking down the number 10 slot in one of our countdowns is usually the mark of some measure of excellence, in this case, it simply means that the Wii U has outranked the Virtual Boy and Game Boy Color. Despite some great software, the Wii U has had a rough go at overcoming its cumbersome gamepad, underpowered hardware, and undeniably foolish name. We may want more incredible games than what we've received so far, but the Wii U has proven that it is capable of hosting incredible games. What's even more encouraging is that this console is still just a toddler, and maybe after a few more years of exceptional games, the Wii U can join the ranks of the preceding masterworks. The fact that the GBA only made our 9th spot on this list proves just how great each and every one of these systems are. While the original form factor is a bit tricky to see without proper lighting, the marvelous SP lights up like the night sky and comfortably slips into your pocket. In addition to standout sequels to Pokemon, Metroid, and Castlevania, the handheld introduced Western audiences to both Fire Emblem and Advance Wars. It brought humor with Mario and Luigi, as well as WarioWare's microgames. Plus, there were a fair number of cool experiments such as the Kururin series, which sadly never came to the US, and Boktai, which lets you harness the power of the sun itself. Back when 3DS technology was heralded as the future of all entertainment, Nintendo released a handheld console that displayed 3D images without requiring anyone to wear a pair of doofy glasses. When the glow of this technical achievement wears off, we're left with a hardy little handheld that stands on its own. Because of games like Luigi's Mansion 2, Fire Emblem Awakening, and A Link Between Worlds, the 3DS became a showcase not just for smaller, inferior offshoots, but frankly, some of Nintendo's best stuff. Add the potentially addicting habit of collecting street passes and puzzle pieces, and it's tempting to take this portable pal wherever you go. After the giggling subsided at its name, the Nintendo Wii made waves by revolutionizing gaming hardware. The Wii Remote alone influenced its own console generation and the one that followed, as it was the first controller to feature a dedicated speaker and motion sensors capable of detecting three-dimensional movement. The nunchuck attachment allows the player to simultaneously move and aim with a freedom that rivals a keyboard and mouse. Mario Galaxy, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and Metroid Prime are among the elite Nintendo franchises to grace the console. And the premiere of the Virtual Console brought a massive catalog of Nintendo, Sega, and arcade classics to our growing library. The lack of HD was unfortunate, but the Wii's ability to fly off store shelves speaks for itself. The Nintendo DS marked a huge shift in Nintendo's approach to gaming, surprising many with its dual screens and touch input. The focus was on disrupting the marketplace with the hardware's innovative new features, and it brought easy-to-use online play to fans with the arrival of Mario Kart and Animal Crossing. Nintendo kept the hits coming with Mario, Zelda, and Pokémon, but also produced exciting original concepts like Nintendogs and Brain Age. Meanwhile, third-party support was phenomenal with new installments for hit franchises including Castlevania, Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, Grand Theft Auto, and Sonic, as well as new hits like The World Ends With You, Elite Beat Agents, and Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Back in 1999, Nintendo introduced fans to Project Dolphin, the successor to the N64. It made strides for Nintendo, ushering in the era of the mini-disc, console, and handheld cross-compatibility, and giving the company a taste of LAN gaming and the potential that lay in the online realm. Its legacy is marred by poor sales and mitigated third-party support. Nintendo's strength has never relied on the backs of other publishers. The GameCube does boast a catalog of some of the best of Nintendo's originals, including Super Smash Bros. Melee, Mario Kart Double Dash, Super Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, Animal Crossing, and Pikmin. Not to mention 4 Mario parties, a Wind Waker, and a Twilight Princess. Product of the late Gunpei Yokoi's incredible genius, Nintendo's breakout handheld is bulky, black and white, and beautiful. With just 4 batteries, you can take all the classic Nintendo characters anywhere, and it even birthed new franchises like Tetris and Pokémon. Games on the system weren't just functional, but really fun. Link's Awakening is one of the best entries in the Zelda series. Dr. Mario saw the celebrated plumber finally get his PhD, and friends like Kirby and Wario excelled on the platform. Nintendo's contributions to portable gaming have always been impossible to beat, and it all started with the Game Boy. You could swap our smartphones or tablets for one of these bricks, and we'd still be entertained. Released during the video game crash of 1983, the Nintendo Entertainment System turned everything around. A little gray box with an emphasis on fun and quality, it saved the industry from extinction. The NES introduced many of us to Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Mega Man, Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, and Metal Gear. Other consoles originated the concepts that made the NES such a hit, but all of their sales combined couldn't match the system's success. Even more impressive is that a huge chunk of its releases still hold up today, not just to reminisce on our childhoods, but play legitimately brilliant, challenging, gorgeous games, some of them with less glitches than we're used to in current-gen titles. The transition to 3D environments was a big, clumsy step for the games industry, and no company slam-dunked it right out of the gate like Nintendo. Super Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time practically wrote the book on platforming and action-adventure in 3D, and are 2 of the greatest achievements from any gaming developer. The N64 also helped define Nintendo's multiplayer values. While it was possible to play with more than one friend on the NES and SNES with added peripherals, the N64 made it easily accessible and forever changed the gaming landscape. Mario Party, GoldenEye, and Super Smash Bros. Embraced gaming as a shared experience where friends and family could gather in a room and all partake in the festivities. They did all this while never abandoning their roots. Star Fox, Donkey Kong, and Pilot Wings also crossed dimensions with great results. Games like Banjo-Kazooie, Shadows of the Empire, Wave Race, and Turok were just icing on the cake. It might have been named Super to desperately illustrate how it was not at all the original NES, but the SNES still ended up being a hero among Nintendo systems. The list of games we love on this console completely annihilates any other roster from the Big N. Super Mario World expertly brought Mario into 16 bits, with Yoshi's Island surpassing it for some. Final Fantasy IV and VI are among the best in the entire RPG series, to say nothing of Secret of Mana, or Mario's first foray into the genre, or the magnificent Chrono Trigger. Many of Nintendo's cherished franchises were born on the SNES, like Pilot Wings, Star Fox, F-Zero, Donkey Kong Country, and Mario Kart. And let's not pretend that Super Metroid and A Link to the Past aren't two of the greatest games ever created. It's the best box Nintendo has ever made, creating incredible memories that we'll keep forever.